When a journey begins, it is expected that it ends relatively well. Now, in spite of all the ups and downs, 2020 is gone and we're finally in 2021. An unforgettable 2020, I must say. But then again, irrespective of that, we remain strong and we will continue to remain strong. Hello, beautiful people. This is Socialogue, and I am Marianne Ayana. Good to have you back with us on the first edition in the year 2020. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Writing is an art that comes from the human mind. Not only does it speak truth to power on the basic intricacies of our everyday life, it also strengthens and motivates. Now, our first story is one of such. Stay with us.
Larger-than-life media personality, Rita Erujowo, popularly known as Queen Rita, is reintroducing herself to the world in her own words and on her own terms. With a lustrous career spanning almost 2 decades as a broadcast journalist and MC, the award-winning station manager of Hot 98.3 FM added another title to her list of accomplishments: published author. The eponymous memoir details a courageous story through loss, triumph, and impact, from the rough edges to becoming the queen. It is a story that equips readers, both old and young, to discover their voice and maximize their potential as they navigate the unique journey of their lives. The intrigue, anecdotes, and impactful lessons of the book were captured perfectly in a nuanced and enthralling review by media powerhouse Pastor Dayo Benjamin Laniyi. Sharing the stage with Queen Rita and Hot 98.3 FM founder Senator Chris Anyanwu, Laniyi's review struck an emotional chord with the audience and with the author herself, who was at times moved to tears and to laughter.
What Rita has done, even in giving the book its title, says from rough edges to becoming the queen. It's an evolution, and I believe that that's what makes her book so resonant with anyone who reads the book. You can see your personal place of personal journeys coming through to a place of not just achievement, but joyful fulfillment and realization. So it's not just a book to read, it's a book to embrace.
You know, I think what is most inspiring is that a young girl at her age, would sit down and articulate her life story, in such a way. And she didn't sugarcoat it. She didn't try to make herself what she was not. She reflected the authenticity of her African background.
An impressive guest list joined Queen Rita to celebrate the important milestone of the publication of her first book, and a number of them spoke effusively on her impact and legacy. Queen Rita cultivated an early passion for media, spending formative years of her childhood idolizing iconic media veterans, many of whom were present at the book launch. The momentous occasion was made all the more endearing when the new author met her biggest icon for the first time, veteran broadcaster Comfort Okoronkwo. Also present at the book launch were close friends within and outside the media industry.
Really, just as she said, this is the very first time I'm meeting her. I never knew I made that kind of an impact on somebody like her. And I was very, very humbled by all the things that were said. I just want to say congratulations to her. And from the review, the book will make an interesting read.
The time when we think women belong to the kitchen is far gone. And I tell everybody, especially the girl child, don't wait for somebody to blow your trumpet. Blow it yourself, otherwise it will get rusted.
Her life has been an inspiration to many people, so I think it's all reflected in the book.
Ehujova is heavily influenced by a close-knit family who she credits for her drive and determination. Their influence and support was felt throughout the event with the presence of a husband and children who were beaming with pride as they accompanied her on the red carpet. The author recapped the life events that served as a catalyst for writing a memoir and stimulated her desire to help others embrace their passion.
Whenever I talk about my story, people always have this rapt attention that goes, whoa, I didn't know you've been through that. I didn't know you have that past. I didn't know that despite being this bubbling, inspiring, super amazing person in their words, I think they think I am, that you have this kind of background. And I like to make people understand that you don't have to make your background your backdrop, but if it's your clothes, you have to wear it, right? And that's my story. I'm owning it. It is what made me who I am today. I think if I was better differently, if I was brought up differently, I wouldn't be Queen Rita.
The memoir offers Ehujobo's reflection on different facets of her life as a woman, wife, mother, sister, and media personality, generous in its inspiration to readers. In the words of the Queen herself, no matter how rough your edges are, you can always come and shine at the end of the day.
A story that is set to inspire young girls on the journey of self-discovery, passion, and tenacity is certainly gold in my book. Kudos. And still on the journey and story of books, reading, and writing, we'll bring to you a platform that is solely devoted to the reading culture in our society. Let's take a look. It is said that reading and writing are two peas in a pod. One wouldn't be complete without the other, as they both come from the altar of creativity and talent best known to man, the human mind. It was all shades of passion, focus, tenacity, and resilience at the last edition of the Abuja Book Chart organized by the Eugenia Abu Media for the year 2020. Awesome! Couldn't better describe the atmosphere at this unique but satisfying book chart.
And if people throw you knives, you should turn them into buildings, and turn the sharp ends in and the blunt ends out. That way, you have really managed the knives. And if they give you lemons, turn them into lemonade, make it sweet. The year was hard. But this was the year that helped me to finish my third book. And during the lockdown, I had just a few chapters, but I finished it. So I have a book that will be coming out in the first quarter of next year, by the grace of God.
This interesting initiative from the Eugenia Abu Media is a platform created to honor the made, the rising talents, nurture and secure the gifted, who Eugenia Abu, from her wealth and ocean of experience, is able to provide mentorship. Our passion for books cannot be overemphasized. The Abuja Book Chart has been graced by avid and seasoned writers, technocrats, and diplomats since its inception. It has indeed been a thrilling journey.
Coronavirus has come and stolen some of our joy, but your joy is personal to you, and you can decide in the middle of a storm that you can be calm. And I think that is really the reason why, against all odds, we decided to have this particular edition of the book chat to close the year. Professor Wole Soyinka, at 80-something, has released a new book, and I went for the reading and I was very excited that at this age, over 80, he's still writing. What are the rest of us doing?
This particular edition was not just because it had the special guest appearance of Abubakar Adam Ibrahim, the NLNG winner of the Nigerian Prize for Literature 2016 and the author of the book Dreams and Assorted Nightmares. It was a revealing eye-opener as he walked the house through the books that defined the year 2020 for him. This time around, with an exceptionally rich blend of guests from engineers to ICT experts, medical students and practitioners, literary addicts, and interestingly enough, a military officer who came all for the love of books.
Writing was just a way for me to express myself in manners in which I cannot speak out. It's not easy for everybody to speak in public or talk to people. Growing up, I was somewhat shy.
The other thing that drives me is Nigeria. There's so many stories here, so many stories. People don't understand why there are so many writers in Nigeria, because there aren't enough writers to capture all the stories that we have. Our stories are important to define who we are. And even traditionally, we have stories are our way of educating people.
And by nature, as human beings, would appreciate life more. And we all need to set our perspectives right to determine whether we want 2020 to bury us or we want to rise in 2021. And my own take has always been that you can use what didn't look so good to rise, and we can all rise as a collective. We can agree as citizens of Nigeria that we can make the nation better.
As much as 2020 has been a very defining year, there is much to be thankful for. And for the Eugenia Abu Media, it couldn't have been better described. It is unto a better and glorious 2021 with heads held high, shoulders up, and hopes rekindled as the adventure continues into the world of books. Reading and writing is all shades of fun. Let's keep exploring and read a book today. Our next story is all shades of warm and fuzzy as it preaches and teaches kindness and giving. The Onai bikers of Abuja went on a visit to the Nyanya hospital, and I must tell you, this particular story is heartwarming. Let's take a look.
Adventure is second nature to members of the Onai Bikers Club here in the FCT, Abuja. Most times, these thrill-seeking bikers ride off relishing the ambience they create, but most importantly, they are more excited about the prospects of each new adventure. The bikers are particularly excited about their latest adventure, a medical outreach to Nyanya General Hospital in Abuja. This outreach is laudable in many ways. At a time when many families are struggling to cope with the economic hardships caused by the coronavirus pandemic, an outreach such as this goes a long way. The Onai bikers are looking out for every patient here at Nyanya General Hospital, facilitating payments of bill for discharge for most and drugs for others. They visited patients in pediatrics, accidents and emergencies, the labor ward, as well as other wards in the hospital. Their presence offered comfort. Their cash gifts provided succor to those who otherwise would have struggled greatly to offset their bills. This new mom is one of the grateful patients. The mother was delivered of a baby some days before members of the All Nine Club visited the hospital. She's been stuck here since being discharged due to her family's inability to pay her bills. Aside her, there were other patients usually as grateful and appreciative of the goodwill demonstrated by the All Nine Bikers Club.
I was very happy when the Owners Bikers Club Association also came to our aid today. There was a need for us to go for a lab test since yesterday, but the fund was not readily available. So I had to wait till tomorrow to make some calls so that I can be able to raise the fund. But they came today and they have settled a lot.
I was very happy. I wasn't even expecting it, but I was surprised and I appreciate them for that.
The bikers felt just as good as their beneficiaries and would continue in their adventure later that day.
When you give back, you get more blessings. So we're all about giving back to the society, to the community, and everyone around us.
The essence of this particular event is to raise awareness to charity and what bikers are doing beside riding bikes. And it's a great deal to, as I said, to give something back to the people.
People are going through a lot of stuff, financially, medically, amongst other things. So what we try to do is, we're not saying we're like fantastically comfortable and all, but the little we can give to those who need it counts.
Please give it up for the Abujas.
Central Park in the Wusitu axis of Abuja provided the venue for the next adventure. The bikers reveled in the calm evening atmosphere, mixing leisure with business through social networking. This gathering in itself is geared towards raising awareness on the charity efforts of the All Nine Bikers Club. And what a way to celebrate! The main attraction of the evening was a performance by fast-rising hip-hop artist Fireboy, who amplified the gleeful ambience of the awareness ball. It is often said that all is well that ends well. For a day that started with a medical outreach and ended with a charity awareness ball, indeed, it was a day well spent.
They are big, they are bold, they are tough, and sometimes a little bit intimidating, but they have a heart of gold and it shines all through. Bravo! To our final story of the day, and from the stables of Freedom Hall, we'll bring to you our open mic night of enthralling and captivating live music and poetry. Stay with us.
A perfect cover to calm nerves and give hope to many in the pandemic year that changed the way humans relate to one another. Huge gatherings are usually discouraged or banned in some cases, but with the ease of lockdown in the country, many now sought after events like this for live entertainment.
Down to the people, I drop my own ego, I won't be shamed. Strong on my intention, no room for second guessing, my mind is made.
The night provided a platform for talents within Abuja to reacquaint themselves with the stage, with performances ranging from spoken word to monologue and music. The musicians performed covers and their original songs that thrilled the music enthusiasts present.
So I'll leave every day to the fullest, remembering you, because life is just a dream.
The spoken word or performance poets eloquently touched on confluence of themes many Nigerians can relate to, reflecting their commitment to creativity and community. Answers, corruption, education, insecurity, and good governance found expression in their rendition.
But what is conflict in the eyes of a child that have seen carnage? What is hope when it dents destiny, and what is history when it echoes feeling? These are the memories we graze in the cotton fields with our fathers. The greatness we search desperately in the gaze of our mothers. This is who we are. Descendants of pain who wear their hearts in the sleeves. Now press our prejudice on placards, making demands in the streets, with a fist raised in the sky and a voice that quivers, saying enough is enough.
Success, I learned early that a man that wakes up in the morning with great ideas definitely didn't sleep at night. The future is here. The future is now. It is just not evenly distributed. So if you keep believing that you are the leaders of tomorrow today, you never know when your tomorrow will become another person's today. Stay woke. There is no future in the future. The future is not a place we are going, it is one we are creating. Its part are to be made, not found. So leave the noun, so pronouns that your story will be written in present progressive tense rather than future tense.
But right now, the candlelight slowly burning out. The other night, I checked your phone. My number is no longer saved as sunshine. You keep giving me cold shoulders online, the cold replies.
I can't describe it. Having been at home for the lockdown all this months, and then having to come out and then, be in a group of people, listen to good music and all of that. It's really nice. It feels good.
I particularly enjoyed this poetry about dreams and how it is that though we dream, there seems to be no future. So we need to rethink how we live and make the present the future we strive for. That was so powerful, it hits me.
The crowd here was limited, a deliberate act by the organizers to align with COVID-19 safety and prevention protocol.
It was agreed that we have only 30 people. So there had to be like a registration. 30 people, you must come with your mask on and of course just comply to all the standards on handling COVID as prescribed by the NCDC. So yeah, that was basically our biggest challenge. Aside that, the creatives in Abuja were actually looking for a space to express themselves. It's been like months and months of just staying indoors, and as a creative, you want to show, that is what like moves you. The fact that you have to share your gift to other people. So getting the creatives to come share their gift wasn't a problem. The problem was how do we handle the crowd due to the COVID challenges. Yeah, and that was, I think we didn't do a bad.
Performance enthusiasts will crave for more events like this, but only time will tell if this craving can be satisfied given the rising cases of COVID-19 in the country.
Beautiful and fantastic talents there. Now, this is how we round off the show. From all of us at Socialogue, we wish you a happy new year. Join us same time next week. Stay safe. Bye.
Socialogue.